The emergency session of the Galactic Council convened in chaos. Ambassador Zektar of the Andorian Empire slammed his six-fingered hand against the crystalline podium, his blue skin flushed with indignation. Around the vast circular chamber, representatives from 47 star systems buzzed with nervous energy, their various forms of communication creating a cacophony that the universal translators struggled to process. "This is unprecedented," Zektar's voice boomed across the assembly. "In 3,000 years of galactic civilization, no primitive species has ever dared to retaliate against a disciplinary action." The holographic displays floating above each delegate's seat showed the same devastating images. Earth's major cities in ruins, yes, but also something far more disturbing, the complete obliteration of the Rigelian attack fleet. 200 advanced warships, reduced to cosmic dust by weapons that shouldn't have existed on a planet barely past its nuclear age. High Chancellor Mordun, an ancient being whose gaseous form swirled within a containment suit, called for order. "We must understand what transpired," she intoned, her voice carrying the weight of millennia. "The reconnaissance reports indicate that Earth was supposed to be a simple compliance mission. Commander Vex, the sole survivor of the Rigelian fleet, materialized via quantum transmission. His reptilian features were scarred, his military uniform torn. Your Excellence, the humans, they were ready for us. They knew we were coming." The assembly fell silent. Delegate Time Era from the Centauri Collective leaned forward, her insectoid mandibles clicking nervously. "Impossible. Their technology was centuries behind our most primitive members." "That's what we thought," Vex continued, his voice haunted. "Our sensors detected only chemical rockets and primitive satellites. But when we began the standard bombardment to demonstrate our superiority, they activated defense systems that made our shields look like paper." The recording began to play on the central holodisplay. Earth hung in space like a blue marble, seemingly defenseless. The Rigelian ships approached in their traditional intimidation formation, preparing to destroy several major population centers as a warning, the same strategy that had worked on countless worlds before. But as the first energy beams struck Earth's atmosphere, they simply vanished, absorbed by some kind of field that registered on no known sensors. Then, without warning, beams of pure energy erupted from locations across the planet's surface. The weapons moved faster than light itself, and every shot found its mark with impossible precision. "They weren't defending," Vex whispered. "They were hunting." The truth emerged through subsequent intelligence gathering. Humanity had been observing the Galactic Council for decades through methods that remained mysteriously undetectable. While appearing to struggle with basic spaceflight, they had been secretly developing technology that made the Council's most advanced weapons look primitive. Dr. Sarah Chen, Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Council, stood before the assembly with remarkable composure for someone from a species that had just committed what many considered an act of war. She was small by galactic standards, but her presence commanded attention. "For 70 years, she began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber. "We watched you destroy civilizations that dared to think differently. We saw you reduce entire species to servitude under the guise of galactic order. We learned your languages, studied your weaknesses, and prepared." Ambassador Zektar rose again. "You dare threaten the established order of the galaxy? We have fleets that number in the millions." Dr. Chun smiled, and somehow that expression was more terrifying than any weapon. "You had fleets that numbered in the millions. Check your home systems, gentlemen." The chamber erupted in panic as delegates frantically contacted their homeworlds. One by one, the reports came in: defense grids disabled, military installations neutralized, but civilian populations completely untouched. Earth hadn't just defended itself, it had simultaneously launched precision strikes across dozens of star systems, demonstrating a military capability that defied all understanding. "We don't want war," Dr. Chun continued as the chaos subsided. "We want change. The galaxy doesn't need rulers. It needs partners." High Chancellor Mordun's gaseous form swirled more rapidly. What are your terms?" "No terms," Dr. Chun replied. "An invitation." Join us in building something better than this council of tyrants. Or continue as you are, knowing that Earth will be watching. The age of human isolation was over. The age of galactic democracy had begun.